Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Gotta say a word, keep getting me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody, I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love you. I love you. Goddamn, I love you. I love you.
Hey.
That part, straight grooving, baby. Pretty faded petty, back with your girl Q&E. What it do, boo?
What's up, boo? We got this situationship relationship question just to see what people think, because I want to hear everybody's opinion on this, because I asked my sister this question, so I'm glad we was able to bring it to the table today. So basically, the question was, if you would have got the advice that you're giving now to the millennials or your nieces and nephews, younger kids now, if you would have got the advice that you're trying to give them back in the day, would you have listened, right? And so I'm going to say, let's be very clear. Back in the day, we're different from these young kids now, young generations, younger adults, things like that, because we were just too hungry and too ready for life. Now, I think if someone would have told me, hey, go ahead and go to school, get your education, and try to find a good job. I was blessed to, get in corporate really early, young on after graduation. But just if I'd have had that type of advice, like, hey, what you're looking to do, what can you do for your career? What about in 10 years? What you can, like, if somebody really kind of would have sat down and gave me different advice, like about like education, where it can take you, where you can lead to, where you can end up, just kind of in the future, then I feel like I would have listened a little bit more. I didn't really like school, but I graduated and did good. I passed. So, but I think like relationship wise, I always feel like I wish I did have somebody to say, you know what, yo, you too young for that. Like, just live your life, and then when you're ready, and when you feel like the right one has came along and prove that they're the one, God sent them, like you can feel it, just wait till that happen, instead of like, like, why are you with someone that's older and y'all basically on the same level? So I think I didn't have anyone giving me the game. Like, I give my niece now the game. Hey, if he can't, you work, don't you work? He don't work, you can't fool with him then. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I have to let her know early. It's not about money. I'm just saying, you're not going to take care of a man because you want to go to the movies and go bowling. Guess who's going to pay all the time? You. So that's not how we work. So I feel like the advice that I give her, if I would have got that, I feel like I would have never been in a 14-year relationship at 19 years old. Like, never. I think that would have definitely taught me, like, because I always stood on who I was, though, no matter what in life. So I knew I was strong. I knew I had it in me. My parents raised me correctly. I got, morals. I got it's just in me. So I knew I was going to always be the person who I am today. Like, I knew I was never going to stop my show for anybody. Like, can't nobody be in my light because God shines on me. So thank God. So I can't really dim that light. So I'm just saying, what I'm saying? Like, I just knew I was going to be me. So even in a relationship, he didn't want to travel. Guess what? I'm in Jamaica for like at 19 years, 18 years old, like before passports was even needed to travel anywhere. I was traveling international, but because I grew up traveling as kids. Every summer we went to a theme park. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Dollywood was the shit. Most black people don't go to Dollywood. You understand? Why are we in Dollywood? We black as hell. Not like that. I'm just saying, y'all, but it was fun as hell. That was I had a great time. I'm just saying, we experienced things as kids. So as we got older, that continued. So I just knew I couldn't allow anyone to dim my life. Like, you get one life, and I knew from the beginning, early on in my life, I'm gonna live it to the fullest. Like, no matter what comes my way, I'm gonna live it, no regrets. I ask for forgiveness if I do, but I have no regrets. I wouldn't say I live with regrets, but I would say that it just taught me to be who I am, like, stand on business, be true to yourself. and love you more than anybody can love you, because I told my mom, nobody is going to love me the way I love me, because God loved me more than anybody in this world. So nobody can love me the way he loved me. So I just got to understand that about myself, and that confidence in me, that drive, that's going to always be there. So I think if I would have got a little bit of advice, of maybe more about dating, like sex isn't important. I didn't start early, but just the principle. You shouldn't even have sex with the dude you had sex with your first, because you thinking now, looking back, man, he wasn't really. Then give you a star up 20 years later, I just quite wasn't ready, I ain't mean hurt you. I said, you have no explanation for me, because you could never in my life ever come back. Like, that was never, like, you made me a lion at heart. And I didn't think I was a lion at first. But right when I got hurt by my first, I became a lion. You understand? So I think I would have listened if I had that advice. What about you?
When it comes to love, I don't really know, because even to this day, I still feel like I made the right decision as far as love. Like, still to this day, my first love is my first love, no matter what happened. And I'm always respect that. So that has never changed. So I don't feel like, as far as love, I would have listened, or I have any regrets of not listening, because my first love was what really made me start, like, staying out, maybe go ahead and pay my own bills and get my own place and go ahead and be grown since I want to be grown. And I mean, I haven't looked back since, but I mean, my first love is still my first love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't change. I had no more stronger feelings for anybody else but that. So with that said, for love, I'm cool. I do feel like there's a lot of things, like, now that I even try to put into the younger or nieces, nephew generation, whatever that I didn't have. Like, say, for as investing. That's things I didn't know until I got well over 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
Now that I know that's stuff that I wish I would have knew then, because my whole goal in my life is I don't want my family to starve. I just want money, money, money. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically in my life. My goal, my whole life is just get the money, get to the bag. So it's like, when that's all that's just your drive. It's really your family motivate you. You don't want to see the struggle. You don't want to go through the struggle again. You've been through the struggle, or you watched your parents struggle, maybe, or you watched your parents struggle, or it was a lot of y'all in the house, and hey, y'all had little bits and pieces that had to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how you was raised. But do I think I would have followed my about love? You know what? And then when I listened to you, I didn't have nobody tell me, like, and me and my mom were open, and I had nobody told me, like, she'd be like, "Oh, Erica dating a 40-year-old man at 17." You know what I mean? She wouldn't say that in front of me or nothing like that, but she wouldn't come to me and be like, "That ain't gonna work because XYZ, this man is XYZ, this manipulative. I mean, you getting the diamonds to go, but is it worth getting your ass whooped every time?" Like, she knew this was going on, but she would never the one to be like, leave, or this is not good, or this is bad, or this is good. She just wouldn't say anything. When I look back and I think back about it, but I've never happened to that moment. So she wasn't really the one. Every blue moon, I think one guy, she was like, "I don't like him." It wasn't no explanation. It was just that. So, I mean, what do you do with it? Like, I don't know, because it was hard. Like, so I don't think as far as love, I have any regrets. I do feel like, though, as we watch us, and as they watch us, they look and see, hey, do I want this life or do I want that life? For me, I'm single with no kids. They probably look at their mom, who is maybe single, maybe not single, with kids. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life. So you have those choices to make. Or do you want to get a man, a woman? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to be single? I mean, it's good that you have all this to look at and take in, because you can ultimately make the decision, because it is your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they can direct us, but that don't mean we're going to listen. And as far as love, I don't have no regrets. And I don't know if I would have listened, but I would have loved somebody in my ear to probably tell me the same thing. I didn't realize that till you said it. I probably would have liked somebody in my ear to say, you know what? Maybe you moving too fast. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you need to enjoy your life at this young age, because when I was younger, I was in long-term relationships. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I was locked down. So 14 years, I couldn't. I can't imagine wasting 14 years of my whole life and not still, you know what I mean, being with that person, because that is a long time. But if you didn't have nobody direct you thought you was doing the right thing, because true and true, your mother and your father was married. So all your life, that's what you know is to see a couple working it out. I mean, so that's what you was doing for 14 years. So it's still some cycles that have to be broken too. It's not saying we do everything right, but it is saying we've been through a couple things in life. So whereas even people may say, like, "Oh, you like your aunt? Ooh, you like your." Don't tell them that. They not like me, and I don't want them looking to be that, because I was. Now that I'm looking back, I mean, I wasn't disappointed with myself. I was wild and untamed. And let's get it. But I lived a great life. I lived a great childhood. Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble though. So I always want my people younger than me to be better than me.
That part.
To be like, you be like your aunt type. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, no. I'm not for that. But for them, for the young age, they think that's cool, and I don't. I just have to shut that right on down. So there's some things I would take my advice. Like I said, investing, that's something that is a regret of mine.
Saving. Yeah,
saving. If I would have knew that all this stuff sooner, like, I would have made some different moves for sure. So when I got that, I be trying to tell my people this. You know what I'm saying? So even if they don't listen to everything, those are some things, some important things I do try to put out there. It's your life. It's our life. So, you know, we going to take what we take, and we going to throw away the rest. But at the end of the day, yeah, there's some things I feel like I could have needed some help with, and there's some things that I feel like I did okay with what I had.
Clock it. Pretty Patty Patty Q&E. Let us know what you think. We want to hear comments. Subscribe. Hit the bell, y'all. We want to hear it. Hey, down. It's down, baby. Pretty Patty Patty Q&E.
We out.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it.